Hello and welcome to part 2 of our grand New Zealand adventure, brought to you in partnership with Riviera Travel UK, who have kindly hosted us on this trip. This part covers our escapades in the South Island and is so huge, there's no time for fancy montages and flashy graphics, so let's jump right in where we begin this huge vlog, Wellington Cruise Terminal in the North Island on the edge of the dreaded Cook Strait.
Well, good morning from Wellington. As you can see, the weather is not so good today. We're on the ferry, the Inter-Islander ferry to Picton. Helen's not daft, she stayed indoors. We're on the Cook Strait. We've got a 3.5 hour crossing, and let's hope that the seas are smooth. But it would be nice to have a little bit of a scenic sail into Picton. Anyway, today we're off to a winery, one of the Marlborough Estate wineries, which is obviously Marlborough wine is world famous, and we're going to go for a tasting and a bit of a tour there. I think we'll go and get some coffee and some breakfast. So we're here and we're in the Queen Charlotte Sound, where we were last here in a canoe, believe it or not, and the weather was an awful lot better. Actually, the wind has completely dropped. Welcome to Picton and welcome to the South Island. We'll see you when we're on the coach.
Next door to the famous Cloudy Bay Vineyard, now under the corporate ownership of Veuve Clicquot, we visited the equally respected and still owned by the founder and his family, Alan Scott Wines Vineyard, for an estate tour and a wonderful and varied wine tasting session of the estate's most popular wines, including their sparkling wine, the Sauvignon Blanc, the Pinot Gris and the Pinot Noir. We even had time to visit their shop and buy a couple of their bottles of wine before we left to make our way to our next hotel in Nelson. This is normally $2 a shot, which actually is £1 a shot. Yeah. It's not bad, is it? But the lovely lady managed to snap on me some, because we bought 2 bottles of wine. And we're going to put them in the fridge tonight. So we've got 2 nights, haven't we? Yeah. Oh. The Rutherford Hotel in Nelson was beautiful, and I was quite bemused with the absolutely immaculate jag in the foyer. I was also bemused by what we found in our room. We do love our room in the Rutherford Hotel in Nelson. It's beautiful. It's one of our favourite rooms so far, I think, actually. But in the hotel information pack, we have a natural disaster leaflet, which sets out the guidelines for an earthquake, a flood, a tsunami. They got death by sea monster? Anything like that? Oh yeah, now we know what to do. In fact, they haven't put volcanic eruptions. There's something to be positive about. We are here in Nelson, and the hotel is, well, it looks like an old HMSO building, but inside it's actually fabulous, and it's right opposite historic part of Nelson where all the original buildings are. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? It's like a little Swiss town, isn't it? And it's so well looked after. It really is like a little film set. More like the Nelson version of Hobbiton. What a great little place.
Really pretty. Oh, there you go. Historic Nelson, right there. You'll find this in New Zealand a lot as well. Not the no skateboard sign, I've never seen that one before. But the city centres are often alcohol-free zones, which means you can have a drink in a restaurant or a licensed premises, but you can't walk around with it, which actually looks quite good, because who wants to see someone clutching a half-open six-pack? What I normally do. No, I'm kidding. But that's nice. It's nice to see. Keeps the streets nice and clean. This is the Nelson Cathedral. Look at that. That is a strange looking cathedral. Let's go and have a look.
As it was a Saturday and the sun was shining, there were plenty of people out and about enjoying the vibrant food and drink scene in Nelson. We found the perfect spot at Burger Culture to partake of a little people watching whilst eating a deliciously dirty burger. The menu was so puntastic we actually forgot to take any pictures of the food. Oh!
Where shall we go, Hans? We've got the back. Well, good morning from Nelson. Well, we're not actually in Nelson now.
We're in the Abel, Tasman National Park.
We had a wander around Nelson last night, and it was a lovely little place, wasn't it? Today we are off on a ship. Well, it's not a ship, it's a boat.
It's actually a catamaran, actually.
It's a catamaran. We're on a catamaran. I'll get all the terminology right one day, believe it or not, without having to keep asking Helen. And so we're going to go for a little cruise up the coast, and then we're going to go for a walk. A nice little walk. We've gone upstairs. Helen was moaning because I went upstairs and she felt she had to fuck me. But you know, it's where the excitement is, isn't it? You can't be upstairs being chucked about by the waves. Proper cruise in this. So we're here today. We're going to go for a cruise around the coast of the Abel Tasman National Park, which is one of only 2 national parks in New Zealand, the other being the Fiordland National Park, where the Milford Sound and the Doubtful Sound, etc. are. But today we're going to be in this little bobby boat, and we're going to go for a quick mosey around the coast, and then we're going to go for a nice long walk and pray it doesn't rain. A giant praying mantis. Half the group that are not doing the walk are on that one, because that just goes around and does the Scenic cruise, whereas we do a walk and then we come back. So 2 options: the easy one, probably the sensible one, and the one we're on. It's like being on a tender.
Granite, and in that granite there's also a concentration of iron and quartz. You can see the iron sand over on the beach in front of us.
We are heading towards Adele Island. You can tell a pun is coming, can't you? And actually this morning we are rolling in the deep a little bit to get there. Did you like that one, Helen? I also made up a joke watching a preacher this morning. Why are New Zealand preachers so pale-skinned? Why? Leave a comment if you know. Not mad to tell you. Because they never expose themselves to sun. Helen didn't get it for a while. Yeah, we're not stopping at Adele Island. We're just we're now going to go to our next stop through what they call the Mad Mile, which is a piece of rough sea that does throw you around a bit. So let's watch this and have some fun, shall we? And we've been told under no circumstances do you stand up on the Mad Mile. It looks okay, doesn't it?
Soon the praying mantis was deployed, and in terms of expedition cruise terminology goes, this was our first ever wet and dry landing simultaneously.
Right, we better go and find the start of this walk then. It's a nice little beach though, this.
Beautiful beach.
Well, this is an unexpected thing. It's a deep bit of water that can't get past. What about that narrow bit there? I wonder if I can get across there. I might try that. Let's give that a go. No one wants to walk for an hour and a half with wet feet. There's a log, look. This is like survival challenge, this. You've had to use desperate tactics here, which is taking your shoes off and just wading across. Well, there you go. Here's an idea. Why doesn't two of us stay back while the others go for a walk and build a raft for when we get back? There's plenty of driftwood. I think I might just sit on this log and eat a sandwich. That's what I feel like doing. So we're walking this trail. Nice and out of breath. 3.4 kilometres. Trying to eat my sandwich as well. Helen's moaning at me because I've eaten my lunch early. It's 9:30. Hungry, aren't I?
Rich is eating his sandwich. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning. He's not having any of mine later. If he's hungry later on. I've already told him.
Ooh, that hill. Well, I can confirm that the sandwich was indeed delicious, Helen. I have broken every rule in the book when it comes to mealtime protocol. But just look at that, look. Isn't that lovely? What a beautiful path. Beautiful. These trees are amazing. You always think they're sort of like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter trees. The Pit Head Lookout. Gosh, it's very strange there. Very steep. Yeah, you don't want to be plunging down there, do you? That is
Pretty steep.
pretty steep. Beautiful little beach that though. Yes. Really beautiful. So we made it back to the beach. Slightly less attractive weather. And we were just going to see whether someone has constructed a raft since we've been away to get us across the rivery bit. Something tells me we're going to be out of luck. Now, fact fans, this is one of the only golden sanded beaches, and caused by iron, actually. And it's, well, according to the guide, he said it's the rust, it's the iron oxide in the iron that causes this golden colour. Not convinced, but the sand is definitely a different sort of texture. It's not powdery, it's like a weird silica thing. Anyway, Helen's going to try and find a way across. I think they found a way up there. I think the tide has slightly gone out and we might be saved from sandy toes, that is. No, it's definitely not deep. I could probably jump this bit. Am I confident enough? No, I'm not. But yeah, all this colour here is all to do with the iron. It is amazing, isn't it? Oh, here we go. This will be fun. Go on. You've made it. Will I get my cake across? Here goes. Taking 2 steps. 3 steps. No more wet feet today. Now for some lunch. So we made it back. Helen's eating a sandwich now.
I'm a bit wet.
I'm on the healthy stuff.
Because you've already eaten your sandwich, not because you're being healthy.
It's now started to rain, which is good because, well, it's not good. But it didn't rain all the way around on the walk, did it? We're just waiting for our ride to come around the corner, but
So we had a thought about where we were going to go tonight. We thought, you know, to be honest, there was a really nice supermarket called Countdown. And so what we decided to do, because the room is so lovely, is buy a load of picnic stuff and just have a little picnic in our room. Isn't that great? So this is what we have, including the Tim Tam Deluxe, the decadent triple chocolate Tim Tams. We've got some cheesy garlic tear and share bread, some nice ham there, these beautiful crisps, and a bottle of shampoo. It doesn't get much better, does it, Helen? Cheers.
good morning from Nelson. Do you know what?
Doesn't even know where we are.
Every single day we're somewhere different. Well, mostly every single day. And it does get a bit confusing, Helen. Come on. Even, mind you, Helen knows all the answers. I don't know hardly anything. Welcome to Nelson. And what a beautiful morning.
Now you're going to ask me where we're going next.
As you can see. No, I know where we're going next. We're going...
You?
Yeah, we've got a long coach day this morning. And a bit sad to leave this place because it's actually been our favourite stop so far, I think. Certainly from the hotel's point of view. The hotel's been absolutely gorgeous.
It doesn't look much from the outside, but it's a beautiful hotel and it's got lovely views all around it, hasn't it? Because it sort of sits right plump in the middle of the city. So, yeah, you can see all the lovely hills sort of surrounding the city with the residential areas on them. It's lovely.
Beautiful. We've got some lovely views out of our... We've got a double aspect window and everything. I mean, It's just been really nice. So, but actually, Christchurch, we've got a long coach ride now. It's going to probably take us all day to get there. Well, we know it will, won't it?
Yeah.
And we've got some stops along the way.
Yeah.
So we will show you those. We're ready to go. And let's get on the road. We'll try and show you some of the scenery as we go. Right, we're about 2 and a bit hours into the day.
It's changed from like undulating hills to
proper
more dramatic mountains.
It looks a bit
high up. It's a bit nippy, isn't it?
It is. The air is quite cold, although the sun is beautiful today, which makes it amazing for taking pictures. What we found is that the roadside cafes, they're all like small independent ones, but they are fabulous, aren't they?
Yeah, very
The
good.
food and everything, and the coffee, and just everything about them. They're really clean.
Really reasonably priced as well.
Yeah, and the food is so lovely. The home-cooked food and the pies and the cakes and that, just so much better than what we get at home. And you get this lovely view as well, which is just the most amazing thing. So we're hitting the mountains now. It feels a bit Swiss, doesn't it? And it does feel quite alpine now, doesn't it? We're sort of getting into that territory now where it's all, clouds are all hanging off the mountains and just looking really...
And more sheep here and less cows. There was
More sheep,
lots
less
of cows
cows.
in the North Island, but we're seeing more sheep in the South Island.
So we've just stopped. It's a lovely day, as you can see. It's absolutely beautiful. The cafe was great, as always. And we're about to hit the road again. Well, it's lunchtime and welcome to Hanmer Spring. I was just walking around the town. It's a beautiful little town. It's not really sort of alpine looking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like being stuck up in the Swiss mountains. It's very green.
Extremely clean as well. Everything is just clean and sort of like out of a movie, isn't it?
Yeah, all wood cabins, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely
modern.
beautiful. And it's just surrounded by mountains. These are called the Alps, aren't they? They're called the Southern Alps.
Alps, yeah.
I'll tell you what we've done. We've had a good look around at the cafes. And I think we've decided to just go back to this pie shop we saw. We've come back to the pie shop. Look at the pies. You can have one each. Don't you dare try and share my pie. We've been hooked on mince and cheese pies since we've been here. We've never had one before in our lives, and all of a sudden. But they've got barbecue brisket there as well, Helen. What do you recommend? What's your favourite pie?
Yeah.
Show me your favourite pie.
At the moment, mine's the barbecue brisket and the pork belly and apple.
I'm going to go for the barbecue brisket, please. Yeah, thank you very much. Look at my pie. These are unbelievable pies. And the beef in that. Oh my goodness. This is the view from our pie eating situation.
I mean, it's like a hot summer's day here, surrounded by alpine mountains. I mean, how amazing is that? Everything is right with the world sort of thing. Everywhere you go in New Zealand, there's absolutely gorgeous street art, and there's not a spot of graffiti on it. I mean, if that was in Britain, that would literally be covered in tags. But no, this is proper. Oh my giddy aunt, look at the size of those trees. They are big. Stand by that tree, Helen, for scale. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. That is a bonkers tree. There's a bonkers couple of trees, actually. I can't lie, I was slightly obsessed with these trees, but we were soon back on the coach, and without showing any more gratuitous scenic drive footage, which got increasingly more rugged, we soon arrived in Northern Ireland. Just kidding. The Belfast here is a suburb of Christchurch, our final destination of the day. Hello from Christchurch. We've reached Christchurch. I've got to say, it was a lovely day. We had a whole day in the coach, and I thought, a whole day in a coach, generally being quite miserable, feeling car sick. But actually, the reality was not that at all. It was a beautiful sunny day, and we had a lovely lunch. That pie was just absolutely to die for. We're here in Christchurch, and the biggest surprise of all, I think, is our room. I think this is the best hotel room we've had so far. This one is bright and modern, and I've got to say, the room is colossal. You'd pay for suites that are smaller than this. Well, especially on cruise ships, but also in hotel rooms. I mean, it's got 2 massive beds. It's got the bathroom to die for.
That was heavy.
Absolutely to die for. I've just sat on the bed and I don't want to get up because the bed's so comfy. And the view out of our window is the cathedral. It got pretty damaged in the earthquake. We've been learning all about the earthquake because obviously Christchurch was hit really badly 12 years ago. 12 years ago, and I didn't think it was that long ago.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Pretty gnarly.
8 magnitude. It went on for a long time, and there was lots of little earthquakes around it, and you can still see the remnants of it today. We drove through the city. There's plots of land where houses used to be. There's larger plots of land where hotels used to be. But now we're at this hotel. We're going to have a stroll around Christchurch. We've only got a couple of hours, really, daylight left. And then we're off really early tomorrow. Bags at 6:15 a.m. Let's go out and have a look around Christchurch, shall we? We're going to unashamedly focus on the street art here in the city centre. We've been to a lot of places around the world, but in my opinion, this has to be the most incredible street art we've ever seen. It's so vibrant, beautifully clean and unspoilt, and like I said in Hanmer Springs a couple of minutes ago on this vlog, almost completely untainted by vandals. It's extraordinary. And there it is. That's what they call the cardboard cathedral, which is extremely subjective to opinion in Christchurch. How pretty is that? Lots and lots of restaurants down here, so that's nice. Favourite at the moment is the Chinese. Let's have a look, shall we? Everyone loves a gold menu, don't they? Oh, look at that though. Come on.
Well, good morning from our lovely hotel in Christchurch. We're up very, very early because this morning we're getting on the TranzAlpine train from Christchurch up to the north of the Southland.
To the mighty Southern Alps.
Yes, and then Chris is going to drive the coach up there and meet us at the other end of the train. We get the scenic train journey. He has to drive the long and winding road.
Oh, on his own?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, bless him. So he's going to be following us, probably in a more challenging route.
And then he drives us from where we get off the train to Franz Josef. And then from there, we're getting on our helicopter flight to the glacier.
So actually this day with the train and the helicopter is probably the highlight day of the whole trip because it involves glaciers, helicopters, trains, mountains, all that kind of thing. I can't abide helicopters. I've never been in one. And
neither of us have ever been in a helicopter, so this is a first for us, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm scared.
So Rich is a bit anxious, bless him.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I overcome my fear of flying some years ago, but
I'll probably be anxious when we get on there, to be honest, but I'm okay for now. I'm looking forward to the train first.
Yeah, I've got to enjoy the train, not think about the helicopter. But you know what you got to do? You got to face your fears, haven't you?
Yep.
You got to face your fears. So whether I'll get on the helicopter or not is another thing. We'll see how we get on. Well, I like trains.
We need to go.
I like trains, so let's get on the coach.
The train.
Let's get to the station. So here we go. Today we're on the TranzAlpine Express going all the way to Arthur's Seat. This is our train. It's very long. The weather is good, so let's get on board. Well, we've had our train ride and we're in Hokitika, which is a little coastal town on the west side, on the Tasman Sea.
Yeah.
So we'll have a look around, but first, nosh.
Look at this, as they say in New Zealand.
Welcome to Hokitika Beach, which actually it's black sand, and it's very strange. It's like driftwood everywhere. I mean, if you're like one of these people, like in Cornwall, if you're like an arty person and you had a shop and it's full of like driftwood creations, you would be absolutely in your element here. Because look at it, it's just all over the beach. It looks like a dead emu there. Oh, no, it's not a dead emu. Well, I hope it's not. Shall I go and check if it's all right? Have you ever wondered what happened to Bambi? Chilling. Back to the coach. Next stop, oh my giddy honest, the helicopter. Okay, we are back in the bus. We've got, according to the map, 61 miles to get to Franz Josef. Near the Fox Glacier is where we're meeting our destiny. But it's all down the west coast of the South Island, so it's going to be quite a scenic route, I would guess. Well, we are here at the helicopter place. But should we have come?
We should have come. The anxiety is rising.
You're not supposed to be anxious.
first ever helicopter flight.
First ever. Hopefully not our last.
Or maybe.
No.
Well, what do you think of that then?
We stood on a glacier. When are we ever going to be able to stand on a glacier like that
I know,
without having
amazing.
to hike up it? It's just,
When are you ever going to be able to do an angel on a glacier?
I know. Tick that off of our list,
Yeah.
our bucket list of
And-
things to do.
And it's just a standard excursion on the Riviera
Yeah.
tour, isn't
Everybody does it.
it? So we're on the way back. I need a nice cold beer or gin tonic, something cold and strong, I think, after that. That was amazing. Hey, cheers. Anyway, we're at the Landing Restaurant and Bar in Franz Josef. And do you know what? It's actually quite sort of homely cooking, I would say. Almost like traditional English cuisine. I've gone for the traditional bangers and mash, and Helen's gone for the shanks for the memory. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, and I've got some nice broccoli on that.
Big sausages.
Big sausages. Cool, I like your lamb shank, doesn't it? And I like the look of the desserts as well, which is the Grandma's apple strudel, banoffee pie, coconut and lime cheesecake, chocolate. Look at that. Well, good morning from Franz Josef and the Scenic Hotel. We forgot to film the room last night because I did my back in, so I'm suffering a bit today. Anyway, this is our room. I'm sorry it's an absolute mess. We just put our bags out. Yeah, it's a bit what I would call ski chalet type, I suppose. They're sort of the room. They're on blocks and they're sort of motel style, I suppose. Although you do open out onto a corridor rather than outside. Yeah, it's not my favourite of the whole trip, I've got to say, but it's clean, and as you can see, it's well decorated, not tatty at all. I mean, it's very, very good actually. Here's the tiniest bathroom we've had so far. Reminds me a little bit of a sort of holiday chalet, I suppose, caravan type thing, which we were just discussing is quite funny because we're sort of moaning about it, and then you go into a standard large cruise ship, and it's a lot smaller in there. And the rooms are a lot smaller, and the facilities are not as nice. And we go, yay, we're on a cruise ship. So it's all relative, really. But relative to the hotels we've had so far, this is by far the smallest and most basic. Apart from the one we had in Rotorua, which is bottom of the league to us so far. Absolutely chucking it down this morning. In fact, it's been raining like this all night, literally all night. I mean, you can't even see the mountain. Look. We're in the coach virtually all day, so I think for Chris, the message is definitely slow and steady, please. It's been a strange coach ride today. Gone through torrential rain, almost like monsoons, haven't we?
Yeah.
And bright sunshine, fluffy clouds, and then monsoons again. And we've just stopped off at this waterfall here.
Thunder Creek Falls.
So we'll just have a quick look and then back on the coach. But oh my goodness, that's definitely worth a stop. Oh gosh, look at that. Well, as you can see, after this morning, the day has got considerably better. And it's actually bright sunshine now, absolutely warm as anything. And we're on our way to Queenstown. We keep stopping off and looking at the gorgeous view over these lakes. Yeah, take a look. Okay, we're at the Copthorne Hotel in Queenstown. Actually a really nice big room. We're quite happy with this, aren't we, Helen? Take a look at this view. This view is just, I mean, this is a jaw-dropping view. Look at that. Okay, so we're just walked into town and look at it. What a beautiful waterfront. Welcome to Queenstown. So we've found a pizza bar, which is just what we fancy tonight. It's called Winnie's, I think. It's world famous gourmet pizza bar. Well, I've never heard of it, so It hasn't reached Britain yet. Britain! Oh my goodness, look at that pizza. This looks amazing. Cheers!
Well, good morning from Queenstown.
So we're going to have a walk around the edge of the lake till we get to the Botanical Gardens, which is on the outskirts of the town quay. And then we're going to walk through the town, have a look around, maybe get a coffee, maybe catch the gondola, and then come down and try and get hold of a Fergburger.
Which is the world famous burger that I've never heard of, so it can't be world famous. World famous in New Zealand. Right, now we're just heading up towards the cable car, and I hate cable cars.
Facing our fears again. This has been a trip of facing lots of fears.
Don't think about it. Just enjoy the view.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the view. There go my ears. We're nearly there, I think. Are we nearly there?
No.
Yeah, no, just say yeah. Just say yes, we're nearly there.
No, we're near.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're nearly there.
We're getting there. I
Hi.
think this must be one of the highest gondolas we've ever gone on.
Yeah, don't say that out loud. Try not to.
It is really high and really steep.
Yeah, it's steep, but try not to say that either. It's a good thing.
Even I'm slightly
Sort of-
backing myself
Are
now.
you? Oh, that's not good either. Whose idea was this? I think it was your idea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was your idea.
Maybe it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm pretty scared now.
Oh, yeah.
There's the luge.
We're nearly there, aren't we? It's flattened out a bit.
That was quite scary.
Thank you, Lord, for terra firma.
We are here. But should we have come? No, our heart rate's almost back to normal. Although I'm a little bit scared about the journey down. Here's the luge. That looks quite fun. We've booked 5 runs, so look at that view though. Oh my gosh. Great. We've got a ski lift as well.
There's loads to do at the top of the Skyline Resort, and the luge is a highlight. You've just got to give it a go when you're here.
I won't keep banging on, but I can't believe we did that. That is so steep.
Back in town, we thought we deserved to treat ourselves to a Fergburger, the town's famous burger joint. It's so popular, almost daily there is a queue as long as the mountain luge, and for good reason. The burgers are supposed to be absolutely delicious. Celebrities who have chomped into one of these meaty moles include Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber and Orlando Bloom. The hype was real. Let's take up the story real time.
Oh, I can't believe it. We got here and there was like only 2 people in front of us, and now look at it. The actual queue goes like right back there, and that's just for the orders. That's not for actually getting the stuff. So
Well, they do look good though. I'm just looking at people eating them. Oh my goodness.
Just a Fergburger. I'm going to get it with cheese and I'm going to go blue.
I'm going to go for the southern swine.
We got our order and went to sit by the lake for the taste test. Anticipation was building, and some of the locals were taking a close interest in our dinner too.
There ain't going to be any crumbs, mate. Sorry.
Get in with those burgers!
People are laughing at us, Helen. Oh, you can see why these are famous now. Oh,
Yeah, you will get
that is unreal. Thank you, Ferg. Whoever you are, even though you do look a bit like a Russian revolutionary. Okay, now we've had the Fergburger, which was the best burger I think I've ever had in the world, ever. So thank you, Ferg. We're going to go in here now and buy some proper chocolate. Copy. This has been the best day, hasn't it? I thought yesterday was the best day, but today's actually the bestest of the best days. It has been
No, like
I'd
it's
say
the
magnificent.
best place to, you know, have a free day, isn't it?
It is.
There's plenty to do.
It is. It's been incredible. And the vlog is going to be very long because I can't cut much of it out. It's all been fabulous. It started well and it just got better. So, Queenstown, we love you. Anyway, today we're almost at the kind of southernmost point of our trip. We're in the Fiordland National Park on the way to the Milford Sound. But the weather, it's okay, it's changeable, but at least it's clear. And then we're staying tonight in, is it
Anau.
Anau. Well, we're here, but this is typical Milford Sound weather. Rainfall here is measured in metres, with an average of 5 to 6 metres of rainfall a year. I think we're getting most of that today. Although it's not actually
No,
that
it's not
bad,
that
to be
bad.
honest.
It's quite a light rain.
Just
really.
a drizzle, but we've certainly got, I think, the nicest looking ship. The weather is looking a bit better over there. Let's stay optimistic, shall we? Let's get on board. What a lovely ship.
No Riviera excursion without a lunch stop would be complete without a good old packed lunch. I can confirm that brownie didn't last long. Neither did the weather. Our day in the Milford Sound couldn't have been more flawless for two perfectly aligned reasons. Firstly, it wasn't raining, and the sky was a deep clear blue peppered with cotton wool clouds. Secondly, it had rained long and hard just before the good weather, and this meant something utterly magical was happening to its mountain faces. They were covered in hundreds of temporary waterfalls as the heavy rainfall found its way into the Sound in 1,000 different ways. It took your breath away and brought tears to your eyes, honestly. We couldn't quite take in what we were seeing. The Distinction Luxmore Hotel in Te Anau wasn't the prettiest or most luxurious hotel of the trip, but it was super convenient for the little tourist town by Lake Te Anau, which is full of little local shops and, by golly, a brilliant Indian restaurant.
One guess as to where we are tonight.
We haven't had a proper Indian for ages.
Indian and a jug of beer. Oh yeah. Lamb biryani, tarka dal, naan, bits. Oh.
An evening walk by the lake was absolutely essential after our dinner. Lake Te Anau is the largest lake in the South Island and an area known as the walking capital of the world. I'm not sure that's been verified, but it's obvious that there's countless ways to hike around the Fiordland National Park using the town as a base. We only had one night here, so a stroll along the lakeside was all we had time for, but by golly, it was worth it.
Good morning. The second to last day of our trip. Welcome to the most western sounding town we've ever been to. Welcome to Arrowtown, and looks like the Wild West.
It's a gold prospecting town.
All you need is some weird story about a gold rush, and you'd be fully there, wouldn't you? Well, hang on a minute. There is one.
So, in the mid to late 1800s, Arrowtown was in fact a gold rush town. There was gold found in them thar hills, lots of it actually, and they actually made a town. And the town looks remarkably like an American gold rush town. There's even a New Orleans hotel, look.
Somebody's poisoned the watering hole.
Leaving Arrowtown, we had time to stop at the site where the ridiculous sport of bungee jumping began. Kawarau Bungee Centre, the world home of bungee, opened in 1988. Nestled into a rock face overlooking the stunning Kawarau River, the view from the bridge alone is enough to get your heart racing. This bridge was where the world's first bungee jump was attempted, and the 43-metre high jump is still the most popular bungee site, attracting thousands of fearless and mildly insane jumpers every year. Would you jump? Leave us a comment. Okay, I do think it's time we address something that may already be obvious and may not even need addressing. You've got to expect a varied curation of overnight stays. Some will be more luxurious and with better facilities than others. Please don't expect a Four Seasons in every town because there simply isn't one. You've seen on this vlog a huge range of styles and levels of luxury. Our last stop before heading back to Christchurch, and the beautiful and sumptuous Distinction Hotel we raved about earlier, is a town with a population of 291. Ritz-Carlton will not build a hotel here, I'm afraid, but that's 100% part of the fun of this adventure. Small remote towns may only have small or basic hotels. We love the variation and authenticity of every stop, even the smelly one in Rotorua. Well, we might not have loved that one. If you want to see New Zealand as fully as possible, be prepared for suitcase living and for some stops not coming with a cocktail bar and free access to the spa.
Here's our room. Actually, it's all right.
It's okay. It's a motel. I mean,
It's a motel. Proper drive-in motel.
American style motel.
Do you know what? On this trip, we've had much worse bathrooms. That's a nice little bathroom there. And this is a nice little room. We've got a spare bed, which we're going to keep all our stuff on. We've got tea, coffee. We've got a nice bed with a natural daylight coming through, space for our things, and a nice cold fridge. Unfortunately, no safe. And this has probably been about 40% of all the ones have had no safes.
I'd say about 4 of the ones we've been in, a third of them.
About
I would
4?
say.
No safe.
Yeah.
Well, I asked Chris about the no safe thing.
Yes.
our driver, and he's basically said, well, you know, they don't get an awful lot of crime, I don't think, of that sort of, not petty crime anyway. So anyway, this is, well, it is our final different room, because our room tomorrow is back in Christchurch, our favourite hotel of the trip, and we're going back, so we're well pleased about that. But we're booked in at the buffet here tonight. Everyone is. Well, basically, because Hanmer, or whatever it's called, doesn't have any restaurants at all. Anyway, we're still happy. We've had a fabulous day. And it's happy hour in 4 minutes. Anyway, bye for now.
We finished this epic vlog quite literally on a high with a visit to Mount Cook, the highest mountain in New Zealand, situated in the UNESCO-listed national park sharing its name. The best place to view the mountain is at the Sir Edmund Hillary Alpine Centre, attached to the handsome Hermitage Hotel, and it houses an expedition all about one of New Zealand's most famous suns. Auckland-born Sir Edmund's global fame as the first person to conquer Everest on the 29th of May 1953, along with Sherpa mountaineer Tenzing Norgay, made him one of the most recognised pioneers of the 20th century. He succeeded his first climb of Mount Cook in 1948. The statue of Sir Edmund facing the mountain he loved looked particularly poignant on such a beautiful clear day. We were lucky to see the mountain with such clarity. Normally it's shrouded by cloud or the copious rainfall that the mountain range attracts. What a stunning end to a stunning land tour. We really can't put into words how much this adventure has had an effect on us. It has left us yearning for more of New Zealand and vowing to come back at the earliest opportunity. This Riviera Travel land tour is the perfect way of absorbing yourself into this country. It has virtually everything: action, adventure, periods of reflection, cultural depth, city exploration, wildlife discovery, planes, trains and automobiles. There's simply no better way of exploring what we now consider to be our favourite country on the entire planet. Thank you for watching this special extended vlog, and we hope you'll catch up with part 1, where we explored the North Island, and our further New Zealand adventures, this time by sea, where we will show you even more locations, so please subscribe for that, as it's coming very soon. Thank you, and see you on the next vlog.